always like, like these are the gloves we're using.
Yeah,
we're going to use this ring, like so stuff like that. Like I'm pretty sure. I think I heard something. I think it was like the Ryan Garcia.
Gervonta Davis fight?
Yeah, and then like I think Ryan Garcia was only allowed to get back to a certain weight.
Yeah,
and that seems to be a big thing with Gervonta Davis's like fights. Like he has some sort of clause where they can't get bigger than this.
Yeah, he makes some sort of rehydration clause.
Yeah. So which is like so bizarre. It's like he's trying to get them at half, like a half version of them. That's
exactly what he's trying
to do. Yeah. Which is like just so bizarre. It's like, just fight the guy at his best.
Just fucking fight each other, yeah.
And if he's not at your weight, then don't fight him. Like, if you know what I mean? Like,
but they were both fighting at the same weight class. The difference was that post weigh-in, Ryan was blowing up a little bit more than Gervonta, but the thing is, like, he's allowed to.
Yeah, he's still making the weight.
Yeah, he makes the weight when the weigh-in happens. Like, he's made weight.
Oh, and that's one of the biggest, like, bizarrest things about fight sports as well.
What's that?
Oh, like the weight cutting. Like boxing, it's not as bad. MMA, it's...
Well, how do you cut up much weight?
Yeah, so right now, I'm about 76, 75 kilos.
Yep.
And then I've got something lined up on the 20th of April.
No way.
So, and I'll be like my weight class is featherweight. So I fight at, I think the weight class itself is 65.8, but we always get like a 500 gram allowance. So it's 66.3.
66.3, yep.
So what's that? That's approximately about 10 kilos.
I was about to say it's 10 kilos, yeah.
So it sounds like a lot, but this like 10 weeks is plenty of time for me. I will make my way down to about 70 kilos, 69 kilos, and then just cut the rest from water, which is a process of just like water loading, if you've heard of that.
Yeah, I know what, yep.
Yeah, so water loading and then just cutting out carbs a couple of days before. And then, a lot of fights through doing that, I've woke up maybe 500 grams off the weight I need to be on weigh-in day. And then I just saunter it off. Yeah.
I do know what water loading is, but just for if someone's listening and then they don't know and someone's not familiar, do you just want to quickly break down what that is?
I don't know like how to explain it. I don't know technically what it does because there's like a lot of people say, this is what it does, this is what it does. But
just the process that you
pretty much
undergo.
The process is like I will drink, I think it's approximately 7 to 8 kilos. Oh no, 7 to 8 liters. Sorry.
Yep.
Of water for about 3 or 4 days
every day.
Yeah.
Because you just basically flood your body up.
Yeah.
Used to that amount of water.
Yeah, and then I think the fourth day it's probably around like 4 liters. Bloody hell. Yeah. And then day before weigh-ins it's about 1 liter.
Yep.
And then nothing until we weigh in.
Yep. So you say the day before the weigh-in 1 liter?
Yeah. And then day of nothing.
And then now that you're in the pro ranks, when do you weigh in compared? Like, is it 2 days before you fight?
Nah,
still day off?
Day before.
Day before.
So boxing is day of. Amateur boxing at least.
I know that amateur boxing is day of.
Yeah, day of. I don't know. Pro, I'm pretty sure it's a day before for boxing.
I actually think it's 2 days before.
Really?
I think.
That gives you plenty of time.
But that's why they blow up so much. Like, they get huge.
Whereas ours is generally 24 hours.
Yeah.
Depends on the promotion. Like I've had some where it's like when I fought for Eternal a few times, like you have morning weigh-ins. So you're weighing at like 11 a.m. So that gives you, I can't do much right now, but at least I want to say 30 hours or more before your fight. So it gives you plenty of time to rehydrate, get yourself back to where you need to be.
Yeah. So you don't find, doing 10 kilos, you don't find that challenging? That's not too much for you?
No, not really. Like, no? I mean, like again, like, because I'm only really losing about 4 or 5. So generally I'll walk around, like I'm a little bit heavier now, but generally I'll walk around 73, 74. So it's only a process of really getting rid of 3 or 4 kilos really.
Okay, well, when you frame it that way, it's doable.
Yeah, especially like most of the time, this is the most notice I've actually had for a fight. But most of the time it's like on 8 weeks or 6 weeks, I'm generally around 73, 72, kilo a week, half kilo a week. It's not really that much.
That's okay.
Yeah, definitely manageable.
Yeah, and you see like some of the fighters like, who's a good example? Like an Alex Pereira. And you see how much weight he's cutting. Like he's walking around at 225.
Yeah.
And then he's making 180, which is like what, 20 kilos, 25 kilos.
Oh, he just cuts an insane
Like,
amount, and I think he does a lot of it last minute as well, which is just scary.
Yeah, and I'm not super familiar with the science of weight cutting, but I have to imagine that there's a point where now it's detrimental to your performance.
Oh, definitely. But then again, there seems to be like if anyone's curious about this kind of stuff, the best people to that I'd recommend following on say Instagram is like the fight dietitian, the combat dietitian. Those guys, they're just best people to work with in terms of making weight and whatnot. Mm-hmm. And just on their Instagram, they just post so much free information about this.
Mm. Do you work with a dietitian when it comes to fight camp?
So I was working with the combat dietitian for a couple, but and this is no disrespect to him, but a lot of the stuff that he was kind of telling me, I kind of knew myself from briefly studying nutrition.
Yeah.
So from what I learned in my studies and just from, following those guys for so long, trying to pick up knowledge and stuff, a lot of the stuff that he was showing me, I was I kind of know this already. He's not really showing me anything new. It's definitely good having someone there to kind of keep you on track. But then it got to the point where it's I probably don't need him so much.
Yeah.
If I started fighting for big promotions and I didn't really want to think about that kind of stuff, then I'd probably put him back on and whatnot, because it's definitely helpful to have. But
yeah, it's a different ball game now. Yeah.
But I was kind of using him all year round, and it's I don't really need to.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. That makes a little bit of sense, I suppose.
I definitely recommend to anyone that's getting in the sport, as an amateur, definitely. It's hard, but definitely find someone trustworthy like those guys to get a hold of, so you're doing everything right in the terms of trying to cut weight, because people just do some very bizarre stuff.
Like what? Because I have no doubt, but what are some things that you've seen that where you someone who...
I guess they just have the wrong idea about what they should be eating, what they shouldn't be eating. Mm-hmm. A lot of people just think, oh, I've got to cut out carbs completely. Can't have carbs. Mm. I'll just cut out carbs for my fight camp, which is could be 6 to 8 weeks, which is insane, because you need carbs for
energy production.
Yeah, for the sport we're in, you need, they're kind of a lot of your sessions you're going to be using carbs for those sessions, and you need them to perform at your best.
Yeah,
if you're trying to go in there without them, you're not going to be doing your best. You're going to feel like shit. Just little things like that.
And such a common thing in other sports. I know, I've played a lot of football.
Yeah,
carb loading is such a common thing in other sports, whereas because it's so performance beneficial, the night before, 2 nights before,